time you are a buyer or you are renting a property and you are lucky to speak with the owner directly, please do confirm how much you are paying, because either the agent can scam you, or the relative or whoever you send can scam you, or probably the owner can also scam you. So this lady got a real estate agent arrested here in Ghana. Let's listen to a story while we come back.
I got an agent arrested and tomorrow I'm sending him to court. Please hold on before you judge me. Listen to what happened. I was looking for a shop to rent. I drove around personally looking for it, and which I didn't get some. Fast forward, one day on my way to East Legon, I found a very nice building with a number flyer on it. I decided to call the number since the instructions were like, this place is going for rent and other stuff. So I decided to call on the number. I called on the number, and which I got an agent. It was an agent that I spoke to. I finished speaking to him. He actually agreed to meet me the next day, and which we met. After we met, he went in to collect the keys to the to the shop to open for me to, check if it was to my satisfaction, which when he opened the shop, I really loved everything that was in the shop. Before he even met me, this person collected me 200 cedis as a viewing fee. Meanwhile, I personally saw the place, but because the number was there, I had to call the person for the person to come and open the place to me. After he opened the place to me, I loved it. It was to my satisfaction, so I decided to, make payment for it. And I asked about it, and initially the place was going for 2,200 cedis. I begged him several times to talk to the owner for me, and which one day he called me that the owner said he was going to give it to me for 2,000 cedis, and which they are taking 2 years. So it's 48,000 cedis, and which his percentage was 4,800 cedis. Cool enough. After weeks, I called him, we met, and I did the payment. In fact, I gave him real cash, and when he gave me the receipt, I talked to the owner, and the owner too was aware that I gave the money to him. I paid everything. Because I was interested in the place, fast forward, I made payment for it, and I begged the agent, and which even with the 10% that I was supposed to pay, he actually, gave 800 cedis out, and I paid only 4,000 cedis. I paid 48,000 cedis for the shop, and which the agent is supposed to get 10%. That was the services. Before I even made the payment, he told me, so I knew about these services, right? And when it was time for me to make the 4,800 cedis, I told him, oh, my money, because I already have spent 48,000 cedis on the shop, and which have been so good to him. So I begged him, and which he agreed to it. He made me paid 4,000 cedis. Me personally, I am someone that I love people, so automatically the agent became my friend. Most of the time he passed around. When I'm in shop, he mostly come, and when I've cooked, I give him something. Whenever there is something at the shop and he passes around, he never visited me without eating. I mostly give food out for free. Now my time is due and I wanted to move out. First and foremost, let's get this, because my landlord was someone that is not staying here in Ghana, and he was a US based person. I hardly see him. And even with conversation that most of the time we have on phone, I barely see him, right? So my time was ending, and I told him that I wanted to move out, and he asked me the reason why I wanted to move out, and I told him I have not been able to raise that 48,000 cedis to repay the shop again. And he seemed shocked. He asked me the amount of money I paid, and I told him the agent collected me 2,000 cedis for 2 years, and he told me that no, he actually gave the place out for 1,600 cedis. Now me and the landlord, we are all confused. Because tell me why a person would be so wicked to this extent. I got totally broken and shocked when I found out that the place was actually 1,600, not 2,000 cedis. But here is the case. I have already made payment of 48,000 cedis, which means I pay 2,000 cedis per every month, right? So me and my landlord decided to make a police report before we even approached him. I called him after we made the police report, and I confronted him, and which he kept on denying. So he heard the landlord talking at my background. Before I called this man, I've already called the landlord, right? And even with every movement that I wanted to do about this case, I made him aware. So we intentionally decided to make a report before we approached him. Now I got him arrested, and his wife too decided to move out because his wife liked me, and which his wife mostly comes to the shop for our services for free. I don't have any brother here in Accra, so this particular agent was a brother friend that, let me be honest, I had trust in him. Did I do well? Right now I'm taking him to court tomorrow. He's begging me. Should I leave him, or I should take my money?
My sister, you can decide to leave him, but at the same time you must take your money, because in that deal, according to the laws of Ghana, an agent is supposed to take 5%. But I'm telling you what is happening currently. The laws of Ghana is not really operating. It's not really working. So at least, or at most, you pay 10% commission. Yes, that's the truth. So if you don't like to pay 10% commission, you go and look for the property your own self. You rent your own self. But now let me tell you, the agent was supposed, if we are using 10%, he was supposed to earn only what? 10%. But rather, which is 4,800 though. If he has given you discount 800, he's supposed to get 4,000 Ghana cedi out of the deal. But rather, he got 9,000 Ghana cedi out of the deal. That's huge. Why? Because he took 4,000 as commission, and the owner was taking only 1,000, so he added 400 Ghana cedi on it. Meaning, if he's going to multiply 400 times 1 year, that is another 4,800. So 4,800 plus the 4,000 commission you've already paid, that's 8,800 plus the 200 Ghana viewing fee he took, making it 9,000 Ghana cedi flat. Ladies and gentlemen, this is too much. This is too much for an agent. If you're an agent, it's either you take commission and leave. What is the issue with you adding on top of the price again? Because that is two-way. And this lady, she's ever right to take you to court. And if you take you to court, you win. She win you pot all. You lose everywhere you go. Because now the court will have to go and pull out the case and say you are supposed to take 5% commission instead of 10. And Charlie, now somebody share. That is one way. Now let us look at other factors in it. There are other things that, Ghana here, when you are to rent a property, you need to pay attention. That is viewing fee. When you are to buy a property or to rent a property, agents will usually take viewing fee. People may disagree, but the viewing fee you have to pay. Because if the agent is not living in the property, he's not living close to the property, you are calling him to come from a far location to come and take you to the property. And he's going to stop whatever he's doing. At least that day, if he's supposed to make money from somewhere else, because of you will not make money. So it's good. You are not paying for that. That's opportunity cost. That's fine. But his transportation there, you have to cover it. Because at the end of the day, when you come and view the property, you will tell him that you only came to view. He cannot force you to make payment for the property because now you have an option to decide whether you pay or not. You understand? So you are only coming to view. You are not coming to buy. If you are coming to buy and pay instantly that time, then in that case, you can say you will not pay the viewing fee. But you are only coming to view, which means that you have a choice as to whether you buy or rent the property or not. So in that case, the viewing fee you go pay. So Ghana, they charge viewing fee, and depend on the location, that determines how much they charge. That's okay. Now, him charging higher price, that is so much illegal. That one there is illegal. As an agent, if your landlord gave you a property at this amount, at least maintain that same amount and take your commission. Or you say you don't take commission and at least add on top. That one there makes sense. It has to be one way or the other. But it shouldn't be that you are using those a knife that sharp is sharp at both edges. You are taking here, and you will still finish and still follow the owner and still take another commission from the owner again. Some agent, that is what they do, and it's very bad. So him like this, taking from 3 angles. This is greed. This is totally greed. So he was not supposed to add on it if he was taking commission. No, he was not supposed to do that. Also, let us move to another point here. The lady spoke with the owner. She could have at least confirmed from the owner how much the owner was renting the place for, but she didn't. She just trusted the agent and she paid. That's one of the biggest mistakes buyers or tenants do. When you are buying a property and you are lucky to speak with the owner, you should confirm the price from the owner. So if the agent and the owner has already agreed on a specific price, you realize that the agent alone will not take advantage of both of you. But most of you, when you speak with the owners, you don't confirm the price. And number 2, you just trust the agent. And then number 3, the problem is that some of you even send your relatives to go and check the property on your behalf. Some of your agents will not be the problem, the owners will not be the problem, but the people you send to act on your behalf will become a problem. An instance is a deal that I made. I was selling a house. A sister sent her own brother, blood brother, the same surname. She sent her own blood brother to come and view the property on her behalf. When the brother came, she negotiated the property. Let's say the property was selling 500,000 Ghana cedi. She negotiated the property up to 350,000 Ghana cedi. Was it so? Yes, 350,000 Ghana cedi. The buyer, that is the owner, she spoke with the owner, but she didn't speak about the price with the owner. She spoke with me, and later when the deal was going through, they pushed me out of the deal as the agent. You trusted me. You watched my video. You came. You sent your brother. No, she didn't even make me know that she was the one buying the property. I didn't even know. It was after the deal was closed. That was when I knew that she was the one. So them all pushed me out because now they have direct contact with the owner. No, they deal the deal, took me out of the deal. I don't even know who is buying the property. Because if she contacted me, I'll tell her the truth. Me, I don't hide the truth. I don't care about how much I earn. I'll tell you the truth. This is how much they are buying the property. If she had asked the owner to, the owner would have told her the truth, that this is how much we are selling the property to you. But she didn't do that. So her brother came, paid the 350 and took 150,000 Ghana cedi into his pocket alone and went to spend it. Your own blood brother that you sent. These are some of the ways or some of the deals, some of the things that your own families can do bad to you, even than agents and your people you are buying from. So for this one, anytime you are a buyer or you are renting a property and you are lucky to speak with the owner directly, please do confirm how much you are paying. Do confirm. Because either the agent can scam you, or the relative or whoever you send can scam you, or probably the owner can also scam you. So you have to just act smart. So unfortunately, this lady in this story of renting didn't speak with the owner related to the price. And that is actually unfortunate. And that was not supposed to be. So my sister, you are right. You can sue and you can get the guy jailed. Oh, trust me, the jail or whatever the court, the judgment is going to be very, harsh. To be very harsh. So if you don't want it to be like you are a bad person, you can let him go, but at least take your money from him. These are some of the things you learn if you watch or follow our channel, Business Trends Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, if this is your first time, you kindly subscribe to the channel. If you want to buy a land in Ghana, you want to buy a house in Ghana, just check in the description of this video. You get our numbers and then you contact us. If you also want to buy a property somewhere and you don't have anyone that you trust in Ghana here, our company, Timbia Estate, is a company you can actually trust. When you contact our customer service, we can have that arrangement. We'll go and view the property for you. If you want our video service, we can make a video from a specific landmark to where the property is. We'll show you the route, we'll show you the community. We even have a drone footage. We can make drone footage of the property. You get to see that as well. Let's say that if you also want to, buy a property from anyone and you want to do due diligence, you want to check whether the documentations are good, there's no problem with the property in terms of law and everything, Timbia Estates, we got you covered. All you just need to do is to contact us to get this for yourself, and we can wait to have you. Contact us now. Bye.